Welcome to Wedding Day Podcast with your host, Sonja Babich, CEO of Iron Diamond Media, a leading wedding resource featuring 7 localized wedding brands across the country.
Welcome to Wedding Day Podcast. Today we're at the Havens Country Club in San Diego, California, and we're with Alexis Sanabria.
Thank you, Dan.
See? First try.
I'm really excited to
Bravo.
be here.
Thank you. And Michelle Garibay from Michelle Garibay Events.
That's right. Hi, how are you?
Good. We're so happy to have you.
I'm really excited to chat with you guys too.
I'm excited for people to meet you and get to know you more.
So much that Sonja wanted to sit on that side of the couch with you. She never does that.
I feel very special.
So Michelle actually has planned how many best ofs for California Wedding Day?
Three.
Three.
And I've loved every single one of them. I love the controlled chaos.
It's not chaos.
Well, on my end, maybe in my mind.
You hide it
That's,
well.
that's
You
how
hide
it's
it
supposed to be, though, right? Like the planner's
No,
supposed
not
to take out all
well.
the chaos, and we're us as guests, we just come and we enjoy, and we think everything is
Yeah.
a well-oiled machine.
Absolutely, and that's how it should be.
That means you're great at your
Yeah.
job.
Yeah, and she is. I actually, like, 2 members of my sort of extended family have used Michelle to plan their weddings.
Oh, wow. That's the best compliment.
One of them is in the new issue.
Yeah.
So, yeah, very
Yes.
full circle moment for us both. Yeah.
And she released party today.
Yeah.
And you've been doing this for almost 20 years.
It'll be 20 years in March, so yeah.
That is such a...
I'm so excited.
Are we going to
to
have a party?
celebrate. She will, yes.
Yes, hopefully.
Am I coming out for it?
I've had a 10, a 15, and now a 20. So yeah, I gotta come up with a theme and
Oh, I'm
everything.
coming. You gotta
10
plan something
yeah.
around that.
The 10 was off the hook, so.
Where was it?
Weeds.
It was in Temecula at Callaway.
No weeds.
My 10. Oh, the 10. Sorry. Yeah, we just had a little cocktail party.
Yeah.
It was Temecula, and then the 15 was at Callaway. Yeah.
Yeah.
So a lot of fun.
So Michelle Garibay Events, and now you have a new company.
I do West and Madison Events. So they take care of all of our couples who are looking for wedding management only. So what we used to call coordination or day of, because I'm full service only. So I felt there was a need missing in Temecula for coordination.
Yeah.
Since a lot of the wineries require it, but it's not a full planning market. So, so the company was born. We just turned a year old in September. So
Congratulations.
Congrats,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
How do you
you.
manage both of them?
Well, the good news is the lead coordinators on my team are very seasoned. They have a lot of venue experience, coordination experience. So they basically run it themselves. I just kind of oversee it under my umbrella. So.
So you do a lot of destination weddings, right?
I do. Mm-hmm.
And I heard that you love Mexico.
I do.
Personally
Yes,
and
I do.
professionally.
Yes, the perpetual tan I'm accused of having all the time.
She just got back from Mexico.
I did. Just got back from Cabo.
Why would couples want to get married in Mexico?
You know, it's the weather's great, like 360 days of the year.
Yeah.
The service is incredible, the hospitality, just based on the culture alone. And you get a lot of value with the dollar versus here in the United States, unfortunately. I hate to say that, but
Yeah.
post-COVID, you know, things with hospitality are still kind of weird.
Yeah.
So I'm a big fan of Mexico weddings just based on what you get for what you're spending.
And you've always done destination weddings because you started your business in Hawaii.
Yeah, so moved to Hawaii temporarily. We were on the island of Oahu when my husband finished out his Navy career. Had no idea what I wanted to do. I did have some ramblings in hospitality, corporate events, social in San Diego. When we got transferred over there, I'm like, great, well, what am I going to do? So I started working for a private club, the Pacific Club over there, got a lot of experience with back of house, food and beverage, all of that, and then launched my company. And just organically, I worked with mainland couples coming over to Hawaii because they bridge that culture gap. Things are a lot slower in Hawaii. So whereas California couples are hoping for a 24-hour response, you might get 1 week, 2 weeks. I mean, it's definitely improved over the years, but
Island time.
because island time is a real thing, and
Yeah.
a lot of couples don't get that. But when you constantly, hey, following up, they're like, nah, we're not going to pay attention to you anymore. We're just going to ignore you completely. But because I lived there and was developing relationships with those wedding professionals, I was able to bridge that culture gap. So I naturally just started working with destination couples coming from the mainland to Oahu.
I know. I was going to say the mainland.
Yeah.
When you're in Hawaii, you're like, oh, you're from the mainland.
Yeah.
I am.
So yes, learned the culture very quickly, learned to respect it and embrace it, and that definitely worked to my advantage. So.
Yeah.
So do you take a lot of folks in California and bring them now to Hawaii because you know the area so well, or are you kind of an expert in that in the islands?
Well, mostly Oahu because that's where I lived. Yeah, I mean, I still have my vendor relationships there. I don't work as often there as I'd like to, as I used to. It's kind of, year after
Shifted to
year.
Mexico.
Yeah. So it's kind of shifted more towards Cabo and in Mexico. But
Sure.
How close is Cabo? Sorry, from Minnesota.
yeah, from California, it's a 2-hour flight.
That's so nice.
So easy
That's
to
way
get
better
to.
than 4 hours for Hawaii from California.
5 to 6.
5 to 6.
Going there is 6 because you're going. Sorry, we're gonna get all technical, but it takes longer to get there than it does to get
Yeah.
back.
I think Minnesota's like 9 or 10 hours.
Yeah, and you usually have to stop in California first
Cali,
before
yeah.
No,
They
in
now have a
California-
direct flight now from Minnesota.
Oh, lucky you!
Where do you find most of your like Mexico destination couples are coming from? Is it from California
A
primarily?
lot of California,
Okay.
but Texas,
Yeah.
New York. It's
Arizona
just,
too.
So how
Yeah.
do you become like the planner for Mexico? Are you making these like relationships in Mexico with the properties? Or?
I do. I try to get down there as much as I can. So when you're trying to
Surprise! I like to be greeted with my spicy marg when I'm greeted.
I'm working.
I know. Oh, you sound like my husband. In all seriousness,
He's a great guy.
A lot of planners who aspire to be destination. Well, how do I get started? How do I get into it? How come I'm not? Because you need to travel there in order to become an expert there and to
Yeah.
build the relationships before anyone's going to throw you any money to plan their wedding.
Yeah.
So it's really important to me to have great relationships with my venues, my creative partners down there. I work locally as much as possible.
Yeah.
From floral to music to all the things, even gifting.
Yeah.
So you have to spend your own money to travel and immerse yourselves in these destinations in order to become an expert. That's really where the rubber meets the road on that.
Can we dig a little deeper into your process as far as like connecting with these vendors? Like, how do you, if I'm a planner from Minnesota and I want to, or from anywhere, and I want to create these connections with the vendors that are in Mexico, are you calling them? Are you showing up? Are you like, how are you connecting with them, and how do you make a meaningful, relationship with these people?
Sure. Reaching out via email is a great place to start. And a lot of times the Cabo Tourism Board has events in Los Angeles and invites planners. So it's kind of like a bridal show for planners and designers to meet all these properties in Mexico. So that's kind of jump-started a lot of it for me with the Cabo Tourism Board hosting those events. I've been to 2 of them. They're annual. But yeah, just reaching out via email, building a relationship, saying how can I
tours.
help you? How can we work together?
Yeah.
Not just, hey, I want to be on your preferred vendor list, send me your wedding.
Yeah.
But how can I help you? So a lot of
Not
times
to-
it's bringing
2010.
groups.
Drop off business cards.
And I'm a member of quite a few industry groups. And we
I was going to
plan,
mention that.
yeah, and we plan fam tours down there. So I'm leading the charge on a lot of those, bringing event professionals from here in California to those properties to help them build the relationships with more people. So it's not just me. I like to connect. I'm a connector. I like to connect properties and other industry professionals so they can get more ROI out of that.
And it's with any networking that you do, you have to give more than you
Absolutely.
take. So it's
Yep.
really important.
So with 20 years of networking, like you have invested in many different networks and led many different networking like
That's how Michelle and I
boards.
met, networking.
Yeah, we did. Well, I mean,
Like, how can you tell like one's gonna fill your cup that brings value to you? How can you tell?
you have to give it a legitimate shot. Not like one meeting and I didn't get anything of it. Like a year, a full wedding season at least. When I moved to Hawaii, that was the first thing I did was look up the local wedding association. When I came back to California, no one knew me as a wedding planner here.
Yeah.
And I didn't even live in Temecula. I moved from San Diego to Hawaii. So no one knew me as a wedding planner. I literally had to start all over. So that was the first thing I did when I came back to California was look up the local industry group and just start building relationships there. Relationships are the lifeblood of our industry. They're super important.
And I think just for like the listeners, the engaged couples, it's good to see what your wedding professionals are like communities are. What are they a part of? Because if they're not, that could be a little of a red flag. It'd be like they're not involved in the wedding industry. They're not
it should be a red flag.
Yeah,
you should be connected.
Exactly.
I know so many of us are, what do they call it, extroverted introverts. I kind of fall victim to that a little too, just because I'm a planner. I don't have this massive company. It's just me, myself, and I. But it's super important in order to stay relevant. When you've been in the business as long as I have, you have to stay relevant. You have to continuously reinvent yourself, stay up with things, maintain relationships. Because the relationship you may have had 2 years ago at a venue is probably someone completely different.
Yeah.
So
That's a great
it's
point.
really important.
Yeah.
One of the things I find that's been sort of key in that is like having similar goals. Like, what are your business goals? Like, can we work together towards those goals? Like, do we
align?
Yeah, and I feel like that's a really important
And
part
that's
of it.
very important. And unfortunately, a lot of wedding professionals sometimes miss that.
Yeah.
They just like, well, I want to work with this person. Well, how do you know their clients are a good fit for you? Oftentimes that's not a good fit. So it's much more important to work with people who you've got common goals. You like working with the same types of couples, not necessarily luxury, but it's just what their aesthetic is, what's important to them, what do they value. So it's much more important to align on those things versus the dollar signs.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't always work out how you hope.
Yeah.
Are we ready for a game, Dan?
I am ready for a game. I picked up my phone. I wasn't being rude. I wasn't checking, like, Michelle's talking and I'm like, nah, I'm sending a text message. No, I wanted to bring up our this or that list.
Ooh, fun.
Oh, it's
Lightning round. I like
We've
Monica.
never done this before.
Never. You are the
You're
first.
like Monica at Friends. Lightning round.
Yes.
I rule like
very
I rule the lightning round.
So are you. So
Watch
This
out.
happened when I grew up with two brothers, but yeah. All right.
All right,
I'm
first
ready.
question, Michelle.
Yes.
This or that? Cake or dessert bar?
Cake.
Cake.
It's the centerpiece. It's the centerpiece of your reception.
I answer to see what she's gonna say.
Okay, so I ask and we
No,
guess.
if I influence her answer.
Okay, then I won't. Okay. I won't.
Yeah, like we'd have to put you in a soundproof room. And
I know. We
don't
are
have
way
that.
too much
No.
alike.
We don't have a
I
soundproof
know.
room. Okay, do we want a reason why? I think we want a reason why.
Oh, sure. The cake is the centerpiece of your reception.
Yeah.
It is. It's a huge focal
Beautiful,
point.
yeah.
And it's art.
It is
There's
art.
artistry that goes under us, not just, fresh flowers and buttercream. I mean, it can be, but
So then, okay, if it's art and it's the centerpiece, do you prefer a public cake cutting or a private cake cutting?
that part doesn't bother me as much because I know some couples would rather just kind of cut it off to the side. That's not important to
Doesn't
me.
need the moment.
No.
We know the caterers
They'll get a
would love for you
moment
just to cut
in the
it.
private area.
Yeah. So that's not as important to me. I want them to feel comfortable at their own wedding.
Can
and
I
not everyone on
can I
display.
share a story about the cutting?
Yes, please.
It was 2014 wedding, and they had it displayed. It was for the first time, like really having it displayed in the clubhouse or in the event center. And they cut the cake, and the bride was like, "Now I want you to move it, move it." Like, didn't want to see her cake anymore. That was not a detail she shared prior. So I am literally carrying a styrofoam, yes, but set a little reel and reel on top, 4-tier big cake. Through all the 300 guests.
Oh my gosh.
To bring it to the kitchen because she didn't want to see it anymore. It was like such a curveball. I'm like, do not try this.
Do not trip.
Was she angry with it?
She just wanted it going. It was like she had
I don't
her
wanna look at it
traditional head
anymore.
table and she had the cake to
Take
the
it
right.
away.
And she was like, now I don't want to see it anymore. And I'm like, I've never
right.
done
We
this
should have
before.
put this on rollers.
Yeah, a little detail, but I was like, anyways, sorry.
Wow, yeah, I may have had to move a cake out of necessity, but
Yeah,
as
it's a
rule,
panic.
I'm not moving it.
No.
I'm not moving it.
All right.
I've seen
next.
those videos on YouTube. I'm not
Yeah.
moving it.
Plated or family style?
Ooh, plated.
Yeah.
Although family style is very popular in Palm Springs for some reason, which is like my main market. Plated because guests get to relax, have a conversation without having to get up and herd into a line for food or do whatever. But it really depends on the preference and the style of the wedding. So plated doesn't necessarily equate to being stuffy. It can be fun. It can be, most of the plated weddings I do, the meals are very customized, personalized based on places they've traveled. So the flavor profiles reflect who they are as a couple.
Yeah.
Family style is a little more casual, kind of like sitting around the family table and conversational. So it depends on the aesthetic of the wedding. Like if you're having a black tie wedding, I wouldn't necessarily recommend family style. It might feel a little weird, but then again, it just depends on what's being served. So that's kind of a hard question, but.
Yeah, I love plated because it says it's my food.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we learned you don't like to share your food.
This is my food.
But then you can't have seconds.
That's true. That is true.
He knows how to
Then you
work
don't
the
have to share.
system.
Yeah. Okay, paper RSVP or online RSVP?
Paper,
Yes.
100%.
Thank you.
This isn't a backyard barbecue. This isn't a birthday at a bar. When you're hosting a wedding, the guests have a certain expectation, and this is literally the first impression and the handshake of your wedding.
Yes.
Not only the paper invitation, but the paper RSVP. So as a compromise, I've done a paper RSVP mail-in on one side, and then you can flip it over. It's like a two-sided RSVP to where you can have a QR code for those younger people that don't want to be bothered with putting a stamp on something. So that's a good way to compromise.
But that's why you put the stamp on the little envelope.
Well,
to send it
absolutely,
back.
absolutely. That's
Yes.
100%.
But then they can't send it through their phone. They don't. Where do I do with this envelope now?
Yeah,
You take it to the post
throw it away.
office.
Throw it away.
Put it in
But
a
there is an
mailbox.
expectation, and it really speaks to the type of event you're hosting with a paper RSVP.
Yeah, it sets the tone, sets the.
Absolutely.
I
Yeah.
agree, 100%.
We all agree there. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Last this or that. DJ or live band? So hard.
And she loves the dance floor.
Because if I say what I do, and if I say one or the other, I don't want to upset, but live band.
Oh, so
Only
much.
because it brings.
Breaking news, right? Everything you were on the same page.
I love my DJs, but the energy that a live band brings to the event is just.
I know Joshua knows how to bring it to the
Yeah,
dance floor.
I know.
Call it to Joshua.
But some of the DJ, I
Yeah.
call it like the hybrid to where DJ, work with, Tyler Bardell. He plays sax,
Yeah.
he plays piano, and he brings it all the
They
time.
They do. They absolutely do.
But just kind of like that, my instinct was to say live band.
You can't replicate the energy that they bring for sure. You can do both though for our DJ friends. You could
Absolutely.
have
And I
have
do
DJ
that
for cocktail
often.
hour or
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
good
usually
compromise.
at
Try
my
and
weddings,
do
it's
for
a progression of sound. So with the ceremony is romantic, I prefer live music there. Cocktail hour can be canned. Dinner, background music, dancing, band, with the energy, and then the after party can be a DJ if they continue on. And
Yeah.
most of my weddings do.
Yeah.
It's usually a weekend full of events,
Yeah,
not
hers
just
are
one night.
weekend weddings.
Yeah,
I'm gonna come
not just
crash
one
one
night.
of your weddings so I can enjoy it.
Don't tell my couple.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you for being on the podcast, Michelle.
Thanks for having me.
It's about
So much fun,
time.
I know.
It's about time, but we kept you busy for the last couple of years.
Yeah,
So.
hey, I love it. Anything to do, I'll never say no to California Wedding Day and Iron Diamond ever.
Yay.
Good, we got an upcoming best of.
And fifth
So I
anniversary.
hear.
Thanks, Michelle.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Say goodbye to the camera.
Thanks for listening to Wedding Day Podcasts. You do it on that one. That's your thing. I can't do the see you bye.
Well, thanks for tuning in to Wedding Day Podcast. We'll see you next time. Bye.